we say, well, if it comes above this price point, then we're wrong. So we're taking it short over here, and above the 101.98, this is when we're going to realize that the short, taking the short, was not the right trade, and therefore we are going to reverse and buy it. Whether it's a confidence currency or a non-confidence whatever the reasoning is, Joe, this is the ones with the big money in the market, the ones that are able to buy large orders and they're able to sell large orders. These are the ones that are able to bring supply or bring demand to the market. They are the ones that influence more or less the direction. So if we at best are able to identify that direction and join with them, then we will be better off. Okay, so we did the Aussie CAD, the Aussie Swiss, the Aussie dollar, so might as well do the Aussie yen. And this is the interesting pair, quite interesting here, because this is the one currency that the Aussie, or the one pair that the Aussie actually came back and closed above the 84.21, which is a structural point, and it traded all the way up to maybe 84.80 or 85.20, and then it sold off and closed on Friday at the 84.78, and that also is a neutral kind of thing, because I don't like this coming back above the structure and failing to continue higher, and then it turned back around and it didn't go below the structure, which is the 84.21. So this makes planning this trade extremely easy. Why extremely easy? Because now this is my structure point, 84.20. This is where it closed, and when it traded on that day, it made a low of 84.32, and it stopped and it turned back around. So I'm not going to take it short unless it trades below the 84.32, and in this case I have a structure point of 84.20. So I'm not going to bother with the Aussie yen on the short side unless it trades below the 84.21, and that was our short point from last week. It is also going to be our structure short from last week, and it is also going to be our stop. So we have the short side now already planned very perfectly from last week. So you'd have taken it short from here and you went long. You had two trades at or around the 84.20 for the Aussie yen from last week, and you could have made 100 pips on either side of the trade. Now for the long side, I'm not gonna touch this baby unless it trades above the 85.32, because this is again part of the range. So this is here where it has failed multiple times, 84.32. So in this case, only when it takes above, let's say, the 84.50, in this case, I will be a buyer. There's something here weird. There's something wrong here, guys. 84.20. 80. Yeah, this is the high right there. 85.20. Yeah, this is the area right there. So this is where we are going to be a buyer here, above 85.30. This is our buying point. So any trade over here, I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna, if you want to scalp it, that's fine, but the real buy that you hold and buy and hold is above the 85.32. Yes, you might be leaving some money on the table, but again, you don't want the unnecessary volatility, so you're buying it above 85.32. And if you do buy it above 85.32, you can place your stop below 84.80 on the long stop. So this is again, you raise your stop above right below the 84.80, so you're risking about 50 pips on that trade on the long side, and your structure short is all the same, the 84.21. So this is how we'll be trading the Aussie yen. We're going to be buyers of the Aussie yen above the 85.32, and if we do, we have a structure long of 85.98, and if we do buy it above the 85.32, we're going to place our stop, the long position, 84.80, so we're risking about 40-50 pips on that trade. And on the short side, it's a very good trade for us, because it is 84.21 is our short point, it is our structure short, and it is going to be our stop. For some reason it shows that it has, on the intraday it closed at 84.11, while on the daily chart it shows that we closed at 84.71. So this seems to be a bad tick in the Aussie yen, so we are going to do it the right way. We are only going to take it short below the 84.21. There is something wrong over here. Okay, that is the Aussie yen. These are the trades in the Aussie yen. All right.